Okay, I'm in the Severn Valley Country Park, and going for about a 2-hour walk. I haven't actually been here before. I think this is originally an old kind of like, right, something like that, a factory area. Highley was an industrial village at one time. I'm on the Highley Trail. Yeah, so I'll go down there. Just came down from the car park down the hill for maybe a third of a mile. And this is the footbridge that crosses the River Severn. Quite an elaborate structure. This is the River Severn. By all accounts, although there is some discussion about it, it's about a few miles longer than the Thames at 220 miles. It's the longest river in Great Britain, but not in the British Isles. That's the River Shannon. So I'm going to walk down on the left-hand side bank there for a mile or so, and then I think there's another footbridge that crosses over to the village of Highley. There's the quite modern footbridge there, but I made a mistake. It's on. The path goes down the right-hand side of the river, downstream. There's the bridge, and I'm back following the river. There's down there. Very good day for it. I'm actually say, funny enough, this is good for me because and interesting. I think there is a bit of water. We have had a little bit of rain just. I've never been here before, so this is very good. Of course, it's an excellent day for walking and a good summer's day. Quintessential English landscape. Another view of the river. And I say it's a bit brown, which is an indication that there's been some rain upstream. Okay, this is where I leave the side of the river, I think, and start climbing uphill. Beware ducks crossing. There's the ship inn. Looks like a pretty this is a popular place on a sunny summer's day afternoon. The Highley Trail this way, but this is the local whistle stop for the Severn Valley Railway. It's not an actual, well, you can travel from Kidderminster to Bridgnorth on it. Okay, this is a replica of the trains that I used to travel on when I was a kid, back in the 1940s and 50s. Now, of course, this is Highley Station, which I think up into the 1960s this was probably a working railway. Now it's a tourist railway. And I think people get off here because there's an engine museum just round the corner there. But I'm going to go here through this woodland up to Highley village. Come up the tarmac lane that goes down to the railway station and the ship inn, and there's the outskirts of Highley, and you can see nice retirement bungalows here. My brother Harry a few years ago bought a house here. Okay, this is here, the Highley Trail. So I'll just go up here. Probably cuts out a corner. Okay, looks like I'm coming up to the, well, I don't know if it's the main road, but it's the road that goes from Bewdley to Bridgnorth, but it's not, it's a secondary road. There's Highley Church. I don't know anything about it, but I won't go inside. I've only allowed myself basically about 2 hours for this walk. Looks like a pretty ancient cross there, and the usual yew tree. But look at this, is what I was looking for. I believe this house here, I think it's I'm not sure, the manor house. It doesn't look big enough for a manor house, but I think it's, if it is, it's 500 years old. Nice peaceful spot. But there are new builds here. That's a new build. It's been built at the moment. Back of that house again. They probably require some upkeep, these old houses. And there's looks like a gypsy accommodation. Someone's parked in their backyard. There's some information about the village, Highley village, and it is Lady Godiva sitting on a horse, but she had her clothes on. This area was once owned by Lady Godiva. Yeah, and there's the church, and there's the trail. You are here. You can pick that up. This is the more or less the centre of the village here. There's a statue of a colliery worker. And over there you got the cooperative and the cost cutter on this side. The usual Wesleyan chapel. Off the main road here, there's the Severn Centre, Leisure Centre. Go down this side street and it leads back to the footbridge crossing the Severn and then back to the car park. Came down, there's a nice house there, a good sized house. Yeah, yeah, that would be a nice house if you had a few pennies to spare. So here's the, there haven't been too many of those signs, the Highley Trail. Yeah. It's, okay, so I know I'm on the right tracks. So there's the Severn Valley. The signposts are coming back into fashion again. The Highley Trail, public footpath. Welcome to the Severn Valley Country Park. Nice pleasant woodland section of the walk. Looks like I might just possibly miss the train. I want you to see one of those steam trains going by, but I can hear it at the station down below. Where I'm in time to catch it or not, I don't know. Okay, that noise, it's something else. It's not the steam train. There's the station, the Country Park station, or whistle stop. I don't know, there's a train arriving soon. I did hear some whistles. Okay, there's the station. And I'm back in the Country Park, fairly well manicured here. And visitor centre. 15 minutes. Here, and yeah, excellent walk. Okay, come full circle and I'm about to cross the river again, and that's, you can see it was not that long ago. It was before they built the railway, well, back in the 18th century. It was the main highway for transport, yeah, and okay, so this replaced, this bridge here was built in 2006, and it replaced the original 1937 colliery bridge. Of course, all this was just a huge industrial area of the River Severn, but I like the name Sabrina. That's the Celtic mythological name for the river. Apparently there was a princess, or back in the ancient times, that drowned in this river, and I think her name was Sabrina. But anyway, that's the mythology of it, and I believe the Romans call this, yeah, they called this the Sabrina when the Romans came here. Okay, a bit of a uphill walk now back to the car park, and you can hear the steam engine. If I'd have hung on for another 10 minutes, I could have taken another picture of it. As usual, I've done the usual trick and got lost. Looks like I've wandered into an industrial estate, the Highley Industrial Estate, or Alverley Industrial Estate, so maybe I'll be better off retrace my footsteps and turn off to the left somewhere. At the end of this walk, I'm back by the visitor centre, which is closed at the moment because it's undergoing some renovation, but there's a little colliery cart that's when this was a thriving industrial area. And I don't know if that's real coal there, but that's probably worth a bob or two just sitting in there.